Hi, how are you doing? It's Lucy here, and I am going over the last module for this course, Module 15. So you have worked very hard in the class, and I appreciate all the hard work that you have done this semester. And now you definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel because this is your final module that you have to do for this class. So let's go ahead and scroll down to Module 15. And we're going to finish the class out by looking at accounting and financial statements. So if you look here, you do have your module and learning outcomes. So we're going to look at, the role of budgeting, so why it's important to have a certain amount of money to use and allocate for certain resources within an organization. It could be for salaries, it could be for advertising, it could be for growth and sustainability. We're also going to look at financial ratio analysis, and you're going to do an activity with the Panera Bread Company utilizing their financial statements. And in this chapter, in chapter 15, you have several pages that give you the formulas. So this is just essentially accounting and financial formulas that you can use. You plug in numbers from a company's balance sheet and income statement sheet, and then you'll be able to kind of divide it out or whatever the math computation is in that formula, and either can leave it as a percent or convert it as a percentage or leave it as a decimal. So that's important to make sure that you're doing that correctly too. And definitely use your textbook as a guide with the financial ratio analysis. It'll help you look and see how it's being done, the different steps. You have some presentations to view, and again, I'm going to include the Prezi presentation from the face-to-face class, so you have even more formats of visuals that you can look at. And again, you can print them out. Yeah, PowerPoint, you have the option to print out the PDF and have some notes on the go, which is really good. If you get some free time wherever you're at, you can just boom, you got your notes there. I know when I was in college that was always very helpful to have on me at any time and whenever I got some free time, because you never know, it can be unexpectedly, and all of a sudden you find yourself with 2 or 3 hours on your hands, and you're like, oh, I wish I had my notes, or I wish, that type of thing can happen. So be sure and review the resources that are provided here. They're definitely here to supplement and enrich your learning. So let's look here. Just a couple of things. You have a course survey. So I'm going to give you a couple of options. I'm also going to load in another survey for you. So that'll be there by the time you view this for some extra credit. And I will post in an announcement how the extra credit as a reminder of how it will go. But if 90% of the class completes the Miami end of course evaluation, which is confidential and anonymous, and I love to read the feedback that I get from students on these evaluations. So please take the time to do that, and I will also send you email reminders. If 90% of the class completes it, because I get a percentage complete, you'll get 5 extra credit points. And again, I'm going to work out where this will be applied, and I will definitely remind you of where that's at. But it will be extra credit points applied somewhere in the course for you. I also do my own end of course survey, student evaluation of their learning gains. And so if you complete this one, and it's actually, you're actually going to get a couple of things here. It's actually, you'll get some credit in the course and then extra credit for completing it. And again, it just shows me, who completed it by email. That way I can apply the extra credit, but it doesn't show me like the results, of your answers. But again, I look really forward to getting that feedback from you. So please take the time to do that. And I'm also doing a research study here for Miami on transformational leadership classroom teaching style. My PhD is in leadership studies, business leadership, so I'm doing a research study in this area. And if you complete that, that's also going to be in here by the time you view this. And if you complete that, you'll have some extra credit there too. So there's going to be several ways to get some extra credit in this course. And I'll be following up in an announcement or an individual email to you with more information on that. But let's look here, financial ratio analysis. You're going to be using the Panera Bread Company annual report, and their 2015 is their most recent one they have out. They have to wait until the whole year finishes, and they haven't uploaded 2016 yet. But you're going to be calculating their net profit margin, their debt ratio, their liquidity ratio, and give a brief explanation of what the computation means on how well or bad you think the company is doing. I want you to submit your answer in these steps. So I want you to write out the name of the ratio, write out the formula of the ratio, fill in the formula, plug it in with the correct numbers from the balance sheet or the income statement, calculate your final answer, and give a brief qualitative analysis of your opinion based off your computations. Here is the grading rubric. Your analysis is going to count if you completed these steps in number 5, the content, style, and grammar. So be sure you are getting that done. And then you do have a final exam to do in this class. So be sure you get that in too. It's going to cover chapters 13 through 15. So it's not as many chapters as some that you've taken in the course. So you get a little bit of a break there. But nevertheless, you'll have a busy week here. So make sure you get all of this completed. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And it's just been an absolute pleasure to be your instructor over this semester. I've thoroughly enjoyed the class and working with all of you on the discussion forums and seeing all of your assignments and all the hard work that you've done. So it's a job well done. All right, talk to you later. Hope to see you in another class, Personal Organizational Skills, CMR 301. I teach that, or sometimes I also teach CMR 105, Introduction to Marketing. So see you later. Hang in there and keep going.